Alright, now I'm ranking the Ten Commandments from Seven Deadly Sins, from worst to best, alright? That's number 10. That's Fraudrin. Fraudrin was a demon that was not sealed inside of the tomb of darkness when all the other demons were sealed like 3,000 years ago. And he was running around trying to, get his, partners out of the, seal. They were sealed inside of a rock for a long ass time. But he had to hop into Dreyfus's body and control him for 10 or 15 years, some shit like that. And he was able to eventually get the key, which was Meliodas' broken sword, and he used that for to release the seal and then release the rest of the Ten Commandments. Then, Fraudrin was, there, and he was there to, jump Meliodas, and then Meliodas died, but he came back, because he gets recycled through. It's one of it's the curse that he has, but, he is immortal, Meliodas, but, Meliodas came back, and when he came back, he went to the castle, and he, handled, Fraudrin with ease. He saw Fraudrin, and he was like, you're done. Like, he smacked him around a couple, and then he uppercutted him and destroyed him real quick. That's why he's at number 10. That's Fraudrin of Selfishness. Now, number 9 is Grayroad of Pacifism. Grayroad was able to kill one of the Knights of the Azure Sky. They were playing games and shit, and he made him age, because anybody who tries to attack Grayroad becomes, ages rapidly and loses their time. And they were like, don't attack, and they attacked, and then they lost their age. They became, they died. But Grayroad also got defeated, pretty quickly by Merlin. Merlin did it. She shrunk him, and I think she used his power against him somehow, if I remember right. She used it, Grayroad's power against him. But Grayroad, I got him at number 9. At number 8, I got Garland of Truth. Garland of Truth. If you will turn to stone if you play games and feign lies in front of Garland. That's how his power works. If you tell him a lie, he'll know, and you'll turn to snow. He caught people off guard. He caught who did he catch? He caught a whole bunch of people lying and shit when he first appeared. And they were like, "Oh no," he turned to stone. I think Arthur was one who turned to stone. There was a couple people who turned to stone. But actually, he was one that got his power used against him too. When Escanor came into the picture, because he was like, "I won't run from a fight with a lowly human like you, who thinks he's the pinnacle of everything." And then when Escanor's power came out, it was he got he got shown up. He was like, "What the hell?" This guy actually is strong. I didn't think he was. And then he turned to stone. So that's why he's at number 8. His power got used against him. And I got Derieri at number 7. Derieri is Derieri of Truth. She's naked and stuff, but she has the black demon cloak covering her basically, and she fights like a wild animal. And she was there to hunt down Meliodas, and then she was part of the jumping squad. After that, her and Monspeet were running around, causing problems, but not really causing problems. She was there when Estarosa came to get the commandments. She got away. But then, later on when the war against Meliodas and Zeldris and all them came to be, that was stigma. They got revived because the archangels were on their side again and shit. And the humans are like, okay, we're gonna go stop these guys from reviving the Demon King, giving Meliodas the power of Demon King. But then Estarosa came there and Derieri was there. Derieri was still around for a while. She ended up dying to, I think, Estarosa, if I'm correct. But she has some like brute strength. That's her shit is. I think she could like handle the people below her. But I got Monspeet at number 6 because Monspeet was like her mentor slash teacher slash, you know, he loved her and shit, but he couldn't say it because he is Monspeet of Reticence. So if he has any like deep feelings, he's silent about it. He doesn't let that shit be known. So he was like that. He said, I'll be there for you, but you gotta like calm down and other things. He was always looking out for her because her sister died like 3,000 years ago when Stigma was like, going, had a holy war against the demon race. Ladocio was playing games and, we'll kill all these demons. We'll send them all to like the netherworld. We'll kill them. And her sister died and Monspeet was there to like comfort her and he was been there for like ever. But then, he was there when Meliodas was, he shoots fire too. That's what Monspeet does. He shoots fire out. And it's powerful too. It's Hellblaze. That's what the move's called, I think. Um, he uses that move. He used it against Meliodas and during the jumping session, where Meliodas was still like kind of doing all right, but he was one of the ones there. And then after that, he was running around trying to collect souls and other things because he had to eat. But him and Derieri were kind of like living their own like life, kind of. But then Estarosa came there, and Estarosa killed him basically. So I got him at number 6. Then I got Gloxinia of Repose at number 5. Gloxinia of Repose. Gloxinia was the fairy king of the fairy forest, but then during the holy war 3,000 years ago, Zeldris came there and said, become demons and I'll let you live. Him and the other guy. But he was the fairy king, so he got a powerful amplification. He got amplified by the demon king's energy, so he was able to use the fairy spells that king can use, the chastity fall. But he could use all those powers, and they were amplified. They're stronger than kings. Fairy magic. And he was at number 5. He actually had to hold down against one of the high ranking devils called Chandler, I think, or was it the other guy? I think that's his name, Chandler, the guy who raised Meliodas to be, a strong demon, and that guy um, ended up killing him. But um, they were cool because they helped the 7 deadly sins get away. And that's Drole too at number 5, or not number 5, number 4. King Drole of the Giants. He was king of the Giants before they played games and said, you have to, or Zeldris came there and was like, at 3,000 years ago and told him, you have to serve us or die, become a demon or die, and he became a demon. And he was like, both him and Gloxinia did it because they wanted to survive and, live to see another day. But in doing that, they let like their own people down because they were the kings of their own people, and they left to become like demons for the demon king. So they like regretted it. But like in fighting, I think it was Chandler, the high-ranking devil, or from the demon world. They like kind of like, they thought they would be forgiven by their people. So they're like, we'll help these people out. We felt bad for like doing what we did, becoming demons, and we shouldn't have. He's strong. He knows how to use heavy metal and other things to a great degree. Like he taught Deanne, the one of the seven deadly sins, how to use heavy metal in a more effective way and other things through a spell and other stuff. But number three is Melascula. Melascula, that little bitch, she is able to suck souls out of people. She when she came she was like bringing people back to life as evil spirits. That would be Elaine. She brought back to life as an evil spirit, but she was also sucking souls out of people. She took the soul of Bond, but um, he got saved by his like stepdad, Travago. Saved Bond, and Bond almost died, but Travago like got ate instead of him. And then she tried to take Escanor's soul, and she got burnt from the inside out. She was still alive though, so she was cool. She was doing shit like that, and she was there for a while. She was there during the jumping, and she tried to take Meliodas' soul too, but it didn't work. Um, then she could become a snake too, a big giant snake that has miasma. She shot at Bond, and Bond was like all fucked up. But Bond's immortal, so he was all right. Um, she was there. It took Merlin's magic to shrink her down into nothing, to a weak ass snake with useless powers. And that was Melascula of Faith at number three. At number two was Estarosa of Love. Estarosa was actually the Archangel Mael, but due to Gother's magic, he was able to become Estarosa. He changed people's like perception of the past and other things, and he was always, one of the Demon King's sons, but the one who was weak, you know. And he loved Meliodas and other things, and they had a past together, but it wasn't real. Estarosa killed Meliodas. He was the one who put the daggers in his chest, killed him, killed all six hearts. And then he went to the castle in Britannia, Leonis, and he fought against Escanor. Um, didn't do too hot against Escanor. He actually ended up having to take a recoup back. He ended up having to take a recoup back at in Camelot because Zeldris saved him. He was like, brother, I got you. And he had to take a recoup bath, and he was there. But when Zeldris sent him out to go get the other commandments, so Meliodas could become the Demon King, Estarosa didn't like the sound of that, so he started eating the other commandments, and I think he had like four of the commandments, and he had to fight against Elizabeth, King, Derieri, and Gother during the battle to stop Meliodas from becoming Demon King. But yeah, he was powerful. He killed a lot of humans and demons, and lust for power and other things. Till he remembered who he was, and then he became a good guy. But number one is Zeldris, the son of the Demon King, one of the sons. Meliodas' brother, real brother. Zeldris of Piety. He led the Ten Commandments after Meliodas left. And he hated his brother. He was like, you went to live with these humans and defend these humans because of that bitch, Elizabeth. You wanted to not be, my brother and help me out as a demon. So now I get to be the Demon King, and I get to try to, do stuff. But he was still defeated by Meliodas. Um, but then, eventually, um, Zeldris' body was used to inhabit the Demon King. His father basically took his body over. After he couldn't take over Meliodas' body, he took over his other son's body. Zeldris was, powerful, I guess, in that form, but he was the leader of the Ten Commandments for like years after Meliodas was gone. I mean, of course, he was sealed away, and then he instructed, Estarosa to go get the um, Ten Commandments. He also, like, he was firing shots at Merlin too. He had the abilities to like intercept her and her magic and other things too. And doing shit like that to Merlin, the wizard who has the power of both dark and light, is like powerful. He was able to like scrap with her a little bit without dying, and then he had to fight against. He also fought against Escanor and Mael as well. Before the Demon King arose in Meliodas, and then after that, the Demon King arose in him. And then at the end of it, he became the Demon King of um, the Demon Realm. Like when it was all said and done. So that's the ranking of the Ten Commandments from 10 to 1. Stay cool, calling on the corner.